go. Okay. All right. All the can I say that right? Preliminaries are done. So hi, hello, and welcome everyone to Happy Hour. It's so lovely to have you and from so many different places on this earth, so many different time zones. So let's start practicing together, and I'll share the theme during the guided meditation, and I'll say a couple of words about it later. So let's just jump in. Let's just jump in together. So finding your ease, finding your seat, finding your seat on this earth. Bringing awareness actually to your sitting bones. Let's start there today. Your sitting bones, the connection of your bottom with the cushion, with the chair, and your feet, your legs with the earth. Taking your seat. Taking your seat. And letting your sitting posture, sitting or maybe standing or lying down, whatever is appropriate, but I'm going to assume sitting for now. Your posture be informed. Let it rise up. Let it have a sense of uprightness, sense of dignity, of taking your place on this earth. Just as the Buddha touched the earth, it is said, on the night of his enlightenment, when he was being assailed by Mara, the personification of doubt, challenges, hindrances, and he touched the earth. Earth be my witness. I belong here, taking his place on the earth, a human being just like us. It's called the Earth Mudra. You can see it on lots of statues. The Buddha touching the earth with his hand. Let us touch the earth with our feet, with our sit bones, touching the earth. This earth be my witness. I am on this earth. Breathing, living, contributing, interconnected, taking my place on this earth. Let there be a sense of uprightness, of taking your place. You matter. You matter. I matter. I matter. I am part of this amazing mystery called life. I am stardust. It's amazing that I exist, this being who is me. Let the breath, this body knows how to breathe, this mystery of the universe that is you. And let the breath breathe you. Breath knows how to breathe you already. Don't make it into a project. Breath knows how to breathe you. So relax, soften, enjoy. the breath being received in your abdomen and your sit bones, your hands and feet, in your spine, in your heart. And let your heart rest with the breath, taking your seat. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. Releasing thoughts and the to-do list. Taking refuge. The simplicity of this. And if thoughts arise, not treating them as a problem or distraction, perhaps with amazement, wow, this mind can think up so many thoughts and memories. Wow. A sense of awe, appreciation for this mind. And then thanking it. Thank you, dear mind. Thanks for trying to take care of me, entertain me. Think you're amazing. And invite it to soften and relax in this moment. Hmm. Resting with thought, resting with the breath, with appreciation. Just this breath. In this body. How amazing. The body knows how to breathe. And so much more. Receiving the breath with awe, with appreciation. Feeling embodied, settled. Let yourself enjoy the breath. Relax. Let the body relax, enjoying the breath. It's okay to enjoy the wholesomeness. Be enjoyed. And if there is a little voice that says, no, I'm not supposed to enjoy my meditation. Yes, you are. Let go of that misguided Puritan judgment. Thanks for your help, but it's wholesome to enjoy the practice. Practice, let the breath be joyful, nourishing. A delightful reward in this cultivation. The happiness of sitting and being breathed and knowing. The happiness of awareness, simply knowing. It's delicious. Even if we are knowing dukkha, if we're knowing what's challenging, not pushing it away, not fighting with it, but just knowing it, knowing what is present. There is a delight to knowing, even knowing dukkha, knowing challenges. Body can relax, the heart can relax. Knowing this, the delight of knowing, the nourishment of knowing, the awesomeness of knowing. Pleasure of knowing whatever is arising in the here and now, the breath, sensations, whatever it is. Relax, enjoy knowing. Pleasure of mindfulness. If opening to all phenomena, thoughts, sensations, emotions is too much, then stay with the pleasure of knowing the breath, the nourishment of knowing the breath, the sensations here and now. Calming, soothing, settling. Relishing the pleasure, the delight of awareness here and now. Your mind knows this. Your heart knows how to do this. Such a respite from the busyness of the day, our lives. Just the pleasure, the loveliness of knowing this, whatever this is, the breath, sensations. The light of knowing that you're thinking and thought is happening in this moment. Really meeting the knowing. As we explore, as we open our hearts, our minds to the delight, the pleasure of knowing, of being aware, of being mindful, without resistance, without pushing away aversion, knowing whatever is here, breath, sensations, thoughts, pain. There is a delight, pleasure, wholesome pleasure in knowing. In meeting this, the truth of this moment, just as it is, not resisting, making space for knowing to permeate, to hold whatever is. There is such a delight, pamaja, delight. And into the last minutes of this practice period, let us experiment. Experiment with wearing a little smile, meeting yourself with knowing whatever is present in this moment. It's a gesture of kindness, gesture of appreciation for the knowing what is, and see how a smile might shift. As if our arms are wide open, embracing the moment knowingly. It's like this. Wow, amazing. Yay. Let your heart smile, even if it's knowing challenges, pain, dukkha. It's a gift to know. Unmoved, upright. We have so much more capacity than we give ourselves credit for. As we approach the end of this sitting period, this practice, seeing our own goodness, appreciating that we showed up, we did our best. Even if there was one moment of awareness, of knowing, yay, infinitely more, infinitely lovelier than 0 moments of knowing, awareness. Appreciating this being who is me, who showed up to support myself and others in this cultivation. Trusting there is goodness. Plants, seeds have been planted, seeds of goodness planted, and together, sharing this goodness with all beings everywhere. May all beings taste their own goodness, the goodness of knowing. May they open up to the mystery, to the awe of having a seat on this planet, however challenging it might seem. May all beings be free. May all beings be well, including myself. Thank you all. Thank you for your practice. I'll say a couple of words about what we did tonight. So I invited us to first start with settling with the body, a sense of connection of the sit bones, the feet with the body, with the earth. And the sense of letting us take our seat on this earth, just as the Buddha did, letting there be a sense of uprightness, of awe that we are part of this amazing world. This body knows how to breathe. It has so many capacities. And then I invited us to feel into the delight, the pleasure first with the breath and then knowing there is delight. There's just built-in delight and joy that we often miss. To know, to be aware in the here and now that no matter what it is we are knowing, breath, sensations, thoughts, etc. And again, at first we get our training wheels, just knowing the breath, knowing the perhaps comfortable areas of the body. Then we open up more and more to other phenomena. And then when we even know dukkha, when we know suffering, when we know challenge, pain in the heart or in the body, there is delight. I know that from myself, and I know that from many, many practitioners. There is this sense of delight to know, actually, to meet what's challenging instead of pushing it away or not wanting to deal with it, being afraid of it. All, but seeing it, just knowing it. Oh, it's like this. Oh, there's a sense of uprightness. There's a sense of strength, pleasure, delight. And another thing that I invited us to feel into and bring in was enjoying the delight, the pleasure of practice and the breath and the body, because sometimes Buddhism gets this bad rap about being a joy denying practice. Like you're not supposed to enjoy your practice, you're supposed to concentrate, and couldn't be further from the truth. And it's a much longer talk, but enjoy without attaching, without grasping, like I want more. But when it's here, of course, enjoy it. Take delight in the delight that's present. Now, if I want, oh, that thing that just happened, I want more of that. No, that will be cause of suffering. So don't do that. But when it's here, just enjoy and let it go. Just like the poem, maybe I'll grab it when you're in breakout rooms. Or one who kisses the joy as it flies, lives in eternity's sunrise. So with that, I'd like to invite us now to turn to practicing in small groups, maybe groups of 3. It'll be about 6 or 7 minutes roughly. And the prompt is, again, you can pass when your turn comes. You can just say pass and hold silence, hold kind silence for yourself and for others. You don't have to share. But when your turn comes, and let's go reverse alphabetical order. When your turn comes, if you want to share something about how this was for you. Oh yeah, I related, or it wasn't, or I related with but the body, but not with dukkha, or wow, it was amazing. It actually lit up, or I slept the whole time. I just woke up. It's perfectly fine. There are no wrong answers. It's just showing up and being held witness with community and holding others witness. So you'll have the chance to maybe share for a minute. The next person, if they want, they'll share for a minute. The next person for a minute, and then you have a chance to add some more. So let it not be a long monologue, but just a nugget, and go around and around. And again, you can always say pass, and we share from our own experience. We don't ask questions or give advice, just I statements. So creating a offering each other kindness. This is really where the practice meets the rubber meets the road. Offering each other kindness and acceptance. Whatever they say couldn't be greater, couldn't be better. Not asking questions or interrogating. Okay, so I've created the rooms. Again, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. What a great opportunity to chat with a couple of other practitioners about this practice. Again, the prompt has to do with how is this practice of finding joy and feeling into the joy, delight of knowing what's here right now. And also wearing a smile. I forgot that. Wearing a smile at the end. All right, here we go. Enjoy, take care of each other, take care of yourselves. Opening all rooms. Five more seconds. And while we're waiting, oh, okay, I think the rooms are closed. Okay, everybody's back. And great. So we have some time for for reflection, especially if you haven't shared in a while, or would love to ask you to pull forward. Richard, your hand shot up. What's up?
Mute. Okay. Um, tonight, I wish I could have heard the summary of the meditation before the meditation, because because it's almost like I keep on getting, my attention is always torn between, let's say, my breath and the instructions. And I think for me, it would be easier to hear the general outline ahead of time. So it would be easier to like follow it.
Yeah, okay. I appreciate hearing that. Um, and yet there are advantages. I see both. I think there are advantages and disadvantages to both. And sometimes I do it that way, and sometimes I do it the other way. So yeah, thanks for your feedback, Richard. I appreciate that for you hearing the instructions while I'm giving them out loud. For some people, actually, kind of not overloading at the beginning, but just giving it piece by piece, like, oh yeah, here we are. But I appreciate both ways. Thanks for sharing that, Richard. Susan.
Hi. The part I really liked was when you said you don't have to be a Puritan. It's okay to enjoy it, which I took to add to my practice. And also, just like, why can't I just add some warmth to the breath here instead of it just being clinically the breath? And then I was also applying it to like, oh, I don't have to be a Puritan and be so serious when I'm getting through my list of work I do all day. It's like, don't have to be a Puritan. I love that.
Yay. Thanks, Susan.
Having descended from one. It's in my bloodline.
Yeah. And also it's again in the West, it feels like it's so much part of the perceived Buddhist teachings to be so serious and awakened, and whereas actually delight and joy and pleasure are really important parts of the path, really important. So yeah, thanks, Susan. I appreciate how how you shared that really clicked for you. Yeah, may you have joy. May you enjoy everything you do during the day, not just the breath, but everything on your to-do list. Kenneth, please.
Yeah, so, I enjoy sometimes not knowing, because you have some nice Buddhist tricks. Like we'll send loving kindness out to everybody else for 20 minutes, and then all of a sudden we'll send it back to us. And we'll go, whoa, and that really works. So I call it a Buddhist trick. I have a little. This is not a big issue, but sometimes I wake up and I don't feel good, so I do Tanlin practice, and I have trouble stopping it. It just wants to go on and on, So
why is that a problem? Wait,
I'm not sure why it's a problem.
well, so just for references, when you mentioned Tonglen, just for folks who may not know what that is, that's a beautiful Buddhist, Tibetan Buddhist practice of taking in, breathing in the suffering of others, suffering of ourselves, suffering of the world, suffering, breathing in suffering, and imagining that the heart transforms it into peace, into succor, and then breathing it out. And such a beautiful practice. So with every breath, it feels like, oh, we're bringing peace and goodness to ourselves, to others. It's a lovely practice. It's breathing with suffering and transforming it. So that's what Kent is talking about. What's the problem for it wanting to continue to go on?
I'm not sure, but it is a very nice practice. I love it.
Oh, it's a lovely practice. But I'm actually, I am curious. Does it feel like a problem that it wants to go on? Can it just go on in the background, or is it a problem? Let's explore that.
I cuddle babies at the hospital.
Oh.
And I use Tanlin with the babies all the time. because I'm just breathing out loving kindness to them and breathing in, I don't know, some kind of suffering. So I don't know. It's just once I start it in the morning, if I'm half asleep, it just goes on and on and on and on. I'm like, shouldn't I stop this at some point?
Oh my God, are you kidding me? I'm loving, and I see other hearts and thumbs up showing up on Zoom. Like people, I think we're all supporting you. Can keep doing it. It's
Okay.
lovely that it's become so natural for you.
All right.
It's
Yeah.
so lovely that
That's
it's become
wonderful.
natural for you. So, oh my goodness, this actually, let's celebrate it. And the mind that peace of mind that comes and says, "Oh, shouldn't I stop this?" The answer is, why are you asking this? Why are you making a problem from something that's actually a beautiful cultivation? You've cultivated it so much
Yeah.
that it's now become an automatic response to the suffering of the world. I'll give you an example of my own practice. I mean, I've done these practices that they just show up, like when I'm doing nothing, or I'm swimming, or I'm just breathing, or I'm sitting. It just shows up, or even the words sometimes show up: safe, happy, healthy, ease. They just show up. It's like, oh, how nice! They're comforting, and they show outside. So this is the fruit of your cultivation, Ken. Enjoy it.
Right.
Thank you so much for sharing that. All beings support you in doing that. That's lovely. Great. That's lovely. Yeah. So Claire, I see your hand. Oh, I think that was maybe okay. All right. So Claire disappeared. All right. So let's close. Let's close and dedicate the merit of our practice. Oh, actually, you know what? Maybe before we close, I do want to ask you a question. If anybody wants to reflect on this, um, did any of you did any of you feel into or have an opening or an aha moment into what I was guiding you, especially the big topic of tonight, the delight, the pleasure of knowing? It's just so pleasant. Or was that just the duh, like, yeah, of course we know that, or was it like, wow, there's pleasure here in knowing whatever it is? Was it a duh? Yeah, of course. Or was it an aha moment for anyone? Oh, I wonder. Let's see. I see a thumbs up. Is that you want to talk, or are you just giving a thumbs up? And I'm not quite sure who's giving the thumbs up in the long list of people. If you want to raise your hand, maybe that was just a thumbs up. So which one was it? All right, Neil. Okay, Neil, you get the last word.
I'm going to choose C. It was like, what is she talking about? Right. In fact, it was, what is she talking about? And when is this meditation over? Right. So there was like frustration, restlessness, all kind of like bundled in, that said, I felt very peaceful and it was all kind of nice. Right. But when you were saying that, I'm like,
I love it. So that piece and it kind of being nice. It's
well, when you were saying it, it wasn't right. Right. You're saying it definitely like left me frustrated. Right.
yeah.
But afterward, right, which I must be honest, this isn't the first or the 100th and first time that that's happened, right? I hear the instruction and I'm like, this is dumb, right? But then like maybe it works. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So knowing your track record, Neil, with the goodness of your practice, and this reflection of this is dumb, comes up a lot, and the frustration, and maybe what in this case, what I would invite you to, actually I missed, there was a reflection there. I love the delight in knowing. It was a huge opening. Oh, Mary, thank you, Mary. I didn't see your reflection earlier. Thank you for that. So, yeah. So with what you said, Anil, I think what I would invite you to is to get to know the frustration, because there is a no. So what if you actually know the frustration instead of
Yeah.
right? So that's where the Aikido I think some of the Aikido movements of awareness and mindfulness, like what was it just actually just to know it? Oh yeah, I'm frustrated in this. There's frustration that is arising. Ah, wow. There's a delight in turning out of it and actually knowing it instead of being in it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's the invitation I'll give you if you decide to continue to practice with this. So thank you all for your practice and how wonderful, and may you open up to the delight, to the pleasure of knowing. May it open up for you. There's such a joy to know. May all beings be well. May all beings be free, including ourselves. Thanks, everyone. See you on Wednesday.